Yes or no?
Yes.
Come on. 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
3 times?
Yeah, just 3 times. Don't make that fall. This is space. Step back and down. You guys do it? 3 times each? Yeah? Okay, let me see. Connect the foot to the floor. Roll the hand, roll the head, roll the head.
He said that we should times.
Alright, time. Now we're gonna play a little game over here with you guys, okay? Let's see if you guys have a good balance or not. Okay? So here's the game. Give me your leg.
Yep.
Here you go, coach. I'm gonna bring his leg right here to my hips. You see that? See how Professor connects the leg? Now I'm gonna grab his lapel. Do the same with me. Okay? Now, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna hop around. We're gonna hop around for 30 seconds before we change the leg. Let's see if you guys can do it. One of you guys fall on the floor. Well, you reset and start again. That means you lost that round. So ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We both passed the test. Then we switch sides. Can you guys do that?
Yes.
Okay, that will develop a quality in you guys called proprioception, okay, which is the ability of the muscles of your feet to react to different changes of balances and levels. Will develop your leg strength. It can help you guys to survive the single leg a little bit better and take down some jump. Yes or no? Vamos lá. Get your partners. 3, 2, 1. Are you remember from trip? Yeah, you can also me. Or I go with Nick alone. Let's do it. You want to go with Professor? Grab my leg here. Grab yours. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Switch side. On the leg, on the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
And time.
4, 5. That's why.
Okay, you know, this is a game that you can do one round, you can do several rounds, you can switch partners after the first 2 rounds, right? But it can really help you guys with your single leg setup. So here's the deal. Hip throws is something that you don't see much in competition, especially with kids. You don't see much hip throws. It's hard to come around the waist, right? Control your opponent, step in front of him or her, and lift and throw. That's something that sometimes it's really hard to get to there, right? In a jiu-jitsu match, every time your opponents try to get to your hips, the other person is moving the hips away, and it's hard. And you're almost exposing yourself to be body locked or to be counter-thrown. And that's true. But I always had problems hitting the hip throw in competitions. I always wanted to do because I think it's so cool, so beautiful. You see judo matches, they throwing them. I could never get that right. Until the magical moment, one of the IBJJF Chicago Opens, where I hit a single leg on my opponent, and we were fighting for position, and he managed to reconnect his feet to the floor, and immediately he put himself right to the position of a hip throw for me. And since then, this has been one of my favorite setups for the past 13, 15 years. I hit that in almost every competition I had. I want to share with you guys because it's a super easy way to get a perfect hip throw. And it only happens if you are setting up the single leg. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to attack the single leg just like we learned today. And my opponent right now, what it is going to do is going to reconnect his feet to the floor. The moment he does that, he puts his hips deep in between me, my body and his body. Okay, that's the perfect position for us to attack the hip throw. All we have to do is to switch the grips. So one more time. Once I get the leg, my opponent is in. Here's what we're gonna do. Look at the right arm behind the left arm. Look at the right hand around the waist. Okay, so one more time. I change levels. I hit the single. I start pulling. We step. Okay? Super easy. It's always there for you guys. So, a couple of things that we can do over here is this. Pay attention first of how I switch my hands position. the elbows. Okay? Now, what is the next step? Once he's deep enough, is the left leg in front of your partners. Look at the left leg, right? If you want to make your hip throw even more powerful, once you're in front of your partner, now you want to shift your feet towards you throw your opponent on the floor. Okay, so one more time. Bingo. Don't hold it too much. Let it go. Yes or no, kids?
Yes.
You have a question?
Are we doing the getting into the position and take down at the same time?
No. All I want you guys is to do the takedown. You don't need to do control or side control or anything. All we're gonna do is the hip toss of the single leg counter. Yes?
Yeah.
Vamos lá. 3, 2, 1. Both of you and I. You and I. You're gonna get Let it go. It's the same thing. If you have a triangle body and they try to body slam, you have to let go. You don't let go. You grab that person. Exactly. So it's the same principle, right? Once you're off the once let it go. Until the person. Yes. There we go.
All right. As soon as you get this you go down behind the back, change the out, and then now you don't move back. Go, so her legs stick out, so now you take her down. So how do you do it? Here. Turn. Wait for me. Yes. Lay down. Lay down.
Oh, yes. Good job.
Ready? Push your leg. Yes. So now what you do is go here. Here. This one you give her a big hug. Big hug. Okay. Now bring it here. And your hands over here. Bring it up. Good. Yes. There we go. Okay, look, you have to really pick it up. Okay, you're here, and yes, go! Good job. Beautiful. Very good.
Hands.
Big hug. Nice. Okay. Now bring your hip over your hips. Yes. Spot. There you go. Try to stay up.
Very good. This is where you change
Oh, good. All right, stand up. All right.
Great way to surprise kids. They are only used to two things: scissor sweep and sit-up sweep. Right? So the spider guard happens like this. Let's imagine that we have right now a kid inside my guard, right? And this kid started opening my guard, pushing the hand and opening my guard. The first thing for the spider guard is this. I'm gonna place my feet on my partner's hip. That's the first thing. What is the next thing we're gonna do over here? Which arm it's causing me to open the guard? It's the left arm. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay? I'm gonna get a right foot on his left biceps, not on his shoulder, not on his forearm, but right there on his biceps. Okay? Now, how do I reach to that arm? Look, it's very simple. I'm gonna move my hips to the left so I can grab the right grip over there. His left sleeve with my right grip. Okay? Now what is the next step over here? The next step is to bring my knee inside his arm. You see? So left foot is on the hip, knee inside his arm. And then I can do the same thing over here. Now I have a double spider guard control. And we're gonna play with that side to side. What I want you guys to do, it's first we're gonna do the setup, right? Your partner opens your guard. And what is the first thing we do? Feet on the hips, and then what? Yes. Can he pass my guard once I get over here? It's a little bit harder. As long as my foot follows his arm anywhere his arm goes. And now how can I get a grip over there? Hips out, and look at this. I get my grip over there very easy. Okay? And how about the left leg? Is the left leg fine over there? How can I get the left leg inside? Knee first, and then what? And then the foot. And over here, we can play around, okay, and have fun with the spider guard. But not yet. I want you guys just to do this 3 times each. So we're gonna start having a little bit of fun with the spider guard afterwards. So what is the first thing that happens here? And then what I do? Where's my left hand? On the sleeve, right? So what I do here? Feet where?
On this.
How about the right foot? Who knows? Left biceps? Are you sure? The right biceps or the left biceps?
Left.
Yes?
Left.
Left? Are you 100%?
Yeah. Right.
It's the left. You see? Now what do I do to get that grip over there?
Your hip.
Can I just reach?
No.
It's too far, right? How do I get there?
Hips out. Hips out.
And then the grip is on. Right? What is the next step over here?
Slide your knee under his arm.
Are you sure? Which knee? The right or the left? The left. Right? So look at this. You see the movement? Knee under his arm. I open his arm with my left knee so my left foot can go get there now. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just get the setup done 3 times. And after that, we're gonna come back over here and we're gonna learn a few sweeps and submissions from this move. Yes or no?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Let's go, kiddos. Yeah.
Alright, close your guard. Open your guard. Push her leg down. Yes, there you go. Good. Open your guard. Open. There you go. Replace it. Hold tight. Okay, breathe. Where your feet goes. So, here, on her hips. There you go. Now, here on her biceps. Right? Now you have to reach that hip. You have to let. Yes. Now. See? Nice. That's nice, Sarah. Good. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's good pressure. That's good pressure. All right. Now. Over here. Yeah, side your guard. Side your guard. On your knees. Yes. Cross your feet. There you go. Yes. Awesome. Now, mid-press lift. Feet on your hips. Both feet on your hips. Yes. So first, yes, straight. Now, yes, repeatedly outside. There we go. From out. Yes. And now, what do you do here? Bring it in and down. There we go. Simple, right?
And time. Vamos lá. Alright. So now, let's start learning how to play with the spider guard a little bit. And the idea of the spider guard, it's like your legs gonna really be the arms of the spider, right? Your hands also the arms of the spider, and you're constantly moving side to side. You can't have your back flat on the floor. So for that, we're gonna do an exercise that you guys are gonna feel like you're riding a bicycle, right? So lay down, coach, please. So here's the deal, kiddos. Now, we're gonna start with our guard open, and then what we're gonna do? First, ribs, feet on the hips, and then what? Right foot on the ground, on the biceps, and then what? Hips out to get the sleeve. Now what are we gonna do with the left knee? Huh? Under the arm, we open the other arm and the foot goes there. Now here's the deal. We're gonna count 10 times for each one of you guys. Every time you extend one leg, your hips goes with. not up, but forward. Okay, so go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If your partner is not moving his or her hips, you have to tell them, you have to move your hips. It's just like riding a bicycle. It's the same movement. Yes? So then it's going to be my turn right now. So coach gets here. He opens my guard. What do I do? And then what? And then what? And then what? And then what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, the other trick of the spider guard is this, kids. Pay attention on this, it's really important. Who wants to have a good spider guard over here? Who wants to have? You don't want to have a good spider guard? You do? Okay. So everybody wants to have a good spider guard. So here's the deal. Here's the trick. The trick to have a good spider guard is to never burn your grips. And the way to rest your grips is to rest your grips against your own body. So you're not really fighting against your opponent's arms and the resistance to the spider. So look where I'm resting my hands. It's always against my body. Do you see that? The moment you start doing this, you're gonna start to get tired. You're gonna start like, oh, my grips are hurting. I lost my grips, professor. So how do we keep the grips always fresh? Grips against the body. And we go 1 and 2 and 3. Look how I ride my bicycle. Yes, I'm riding my bicycle to Grace Baja, Calgary. And time. Yes or no?
Yes.
Come on, get your partners. Let's play. 3, 2, 1. Come on, 10 times. Ready? Get to the spider. Let's see everybody get into the spider. It's okay, get the grips. Get to the spider. Wait for professor. Wait. I want to see everybody get into the spider. Get to the spider. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and switch. Let's go. Switch. Top to the bottom to the top. Top to the bottom to the top. Let's get to the spider. Ready? Time to ride the bicycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. One more time. Get to the spider. Get to the spider. Ready? Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and time. Very nice. All right, kiddos. You did 3. Good call. We do one more time. The other person. Let's go. Last time. Last time. To the spider. Get the grips. The grabs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. So look, once again, the bicycle ride, it's also a magic trick, right? Why it's a magic trick? Look what we're doing with our opponents. What are we doing with our opponents? Look at this. Look at this. The bicycle ride doing what to your opponent? Who knows? Hypnotizing your opponent. Look at your opponent now. Right? So your opponent doesn't really guess what you're doing at this point. Here's what we're gonna do, kiddos. Okay? Once we get to the spider here, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, on the 10th time, here's what I do. Look at my right foot. You see the right foot? Here's what I'm gonna do with the right foot. I'm gonna kick over the shoulder. Here's what I'm gonna do with the left foot. I'm gonna kick under the arm. Now what do? Kiddos? We're gonna cross the legs around the shoulder. That's the first most important thing for the triangle. Now what is the next step over here? Hips off the floor. And then what are we gonna do next? Now if you need, you can place the foot on the hips, left foot on the hips, cross the arm. What the left hand gonna do? Grab the shin. What is the next step? Close the figure 4, right? And then what do we do next? And hands on your knees. Do you know that? Hands on your knees. Vamos lá. One more time. So we get to the spider. Super easy. And we're gonna go 10 times. Doing 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. What do we do now? Over the shoulder and under the arm. Look. You see that? Now what is the next step? Now what is the next step? And then what? Do I need to put the foot on the hip?
Yes.
Only sometimes, sometimes not. If you need, you can. But if you don't need, you don't have to. Right? And then what do we do next?
Squeeze.
Alright, last time. We get to the spider, kiddos. Now what do? We start the bicycle ride. What the bicycle ride really doing to my opponent? Tell me. It's hypnotizing my opponent, right? Is my opponent getting dizzy? Yes, he's getting lost. Now what do I do here? And then what? Vamos lá, kiddos. Let's do it. Triangle from the spider guard bicycle, the bicycle setup. 3, 2, 1.
precisa, ó, continua segurando as mangas, abrindo lá em cima. Você solta a manga só na hora que fechar o freio do braço. Agora empurra o braço, empurra o braço e vai fechando o triângulo.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Keeps up. Keeps up. Very
There we go.
I'm gonna see this guy. He doesn't know how to do it.
These are the best.
Do you know how to do it? No. Very good. Yes. Cross your arm. Your turn. You see? You see? Now what do we do? Over and under, nice. And now what is the next thing we do? Wow, cross arm, cross arm. Now close the finger forward, close the finger forward. Nice. Now finish like squeeze your knees, and tight.
Cross. Okay. So we'll just start right in the main part. Go ahead. Let's see. Another setting is about to sleep. This one.
Yes.
Arm across. This one right here. This arm here. The one that's in the middle. Grab it on with your hand. See it here. Bring it across the middle. Now you're going to grab this one.
Go for your shin, Arby. Go for your shin first. Look, stop. No,
And you bring your leg is here, okay? The triangle needs to be here. Okay?
keep it out, right? You make it.
Closest
Hold your shoe.
You're holding yourself.
Time!
See this?
Okay, so now we're gonna do a little sweep from the spider guard, right? For the most advanced kids, from immediately following the sweep, you can also do an armbar from the mouth. But again, it's another super cool movement that you guys can hit all night long. Okay, as we don't see many kids doing that out there, and they're great fighters. They love this movement, and I'm one of them. I love this movement. It works all the time. Okay? So here's what we're gonna do. Now, we're gonna do the bicycle ride again. So what is the first thing we do? Feet on the hips, and then what? 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 And 1, and 2, and 3. You know, I couldn't hypnotize coach. You know why? He started pulling his arms down to resist the triangle. So here what I'm gonna do. I can do. Look at that. I drop the right leg. The right leg right now, gonna sweep like the scissor sweep. The left foot gonna stay on the biceps. The right hand gonna come towards me. I pull with my right hand. Okay, so one more time. You do the bicycle ride, your opponent start closing his elbows. What do we do now? Opa. What do we do? Elbows down. And then what? And then what? All the way to the mount. And for the most advanced kids, we're gonna put an arm bar right after that. Okay? You don't need to do the arm bar. The most important thing is to get to the mount, right? And then you can take all the time in the world to follow up with the submission. But if this is a movement that you're really comfortable with, right after the scissor spider sweep, we're gonna do an arm bar. This is just like the same movement of a scissor sweep, right? The right leg is sweeping around the partner's leg, but the left foot is pushing. So one more time, changing the angle for you guys. We're gonna get feet on the hips, and then right foot on the biceps, and then right hand on the left sleeve, and then look at the left knee, comes inside. Oh, nice. So we go and 1 and 2, start having difficulty. My opponent is trying to resist. What do I do here? Opa! And you mount. What can we do after the mount if we keep the grips? Right? So get your partners, 3, 2, 1. Muito fácil de fazer a lesão, muito fácil. Funciona. Essa radicalidade eu vou me cai, vai. Pô, será que você gosta? Yeah. Galera, vai se amarrar e vai tirar os pés. Vai
Right now, who's turning up?
Big time. All right, Joe. So now you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna fight. Yes? So you guys gonna fight Professor?
Yes.
So who wants to fight?
Everybody.
Everybody. Everybody wants to fight, right? So bring it on. Porchalão, pode começar a mandar. I'll try to survive. You can start sending. Miguelzão? Ah, eu já vou puxar a guarda. Vou dar mole aqui. Oh, no way. No way. Ixi. Bora, Miguel. Vai, meu Deus.
Why don't we all fight
Ele pode fazer a vontade.
I'm escaping.
Hold on.
No, it was an accident. Sorry, guys. It was an accident. Should have happened. It was a lucky shot. Okay, give me somebody else. Miguelzão was just too lucky today. Get you back. No more back attacks. No more. Now my back is on the floor. No more. If I lose no, this can be right. She's too strong. Now I got you. Oh my God. No.
We have too tiny of a body. We have too tiny of a body for him to try.
Sarah.
No way. No more. This is so heavy.
It's the honor.
Help me.
It's the honor.
Help me, coach.
You can't need no help.
I don't want to fight these things again. Oh no!
Nicholas. Go, Nicholas. Yes,
Am I winning?
Go, Pat. Go.
I'm getting out. I'll never train with you again. Don't tell anybody.
You lost it.
It's about to come. Yes. I'll train twice as hard to come back for you. And crush you. Right?
All right, kiddos, line up. Tie your belts and line up.
It was very entertaining. It was entertaining to watch him get shown around like somebody to be
Espera para encerrar aqui, professor. Professor,
Me dá um segundinho, a gente
espera para
encerra.
encerrar. Line up, tie your belts. Like it. Center. Reverse. Turn around. Hallelujah. Untie your belt. Tie it up again. Measure the same things for uniform lines. Something. Catch it. It's yours. Asher, reverse. How do you fix your knee? Turn into the wall. Turn to the wall.
Towards your dad.
Towards that. Yeah. Turn to the wall. Hold. Play the same thing. Now. Alright, guys. Did you have a good time?
Yes!
Fun?
Yes!
Alright, now what you have to do is use these things that when you go to tournaments, when you're practicing here, or you forget, you have to keep using them over and over okay? So totally worth coming in, learning all these things, right? Who's gonna be here for a potluck and bell ceremony? At the house, you're looking at your parents, like, and good. All right, y'all bring me some good food. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have no problem with that. That was yes. All right. Because we'll be right over to finish it off with us. What's up? We have the adult seminar right now. It's gonna go, it's gonna go until about 2 o'clock. Then we have the belt ceremony and then the pop-up. I think there's 5 people getting belts. So the belt ceremony is probably won't be that long. We'll talk about all the changes. Probably won't be that long. You gonna be here? You coming? Okay, why not the belt ceremony? See your adult teammates getting promoted. Okay, as long as you come to the pop-up, bring the food for me. I like sweets. Give you a try.
No, you won't.
All right, good. So good job. Thank you so much for coming. That's center. We're sure the kids have learned a lot. The parents have seen the value of having brought them today. So, please.
Thank you so much for having me over here, Coach Alan and Grace Barra, Calgary. It's a huge pleasure. I enjoyed the time connecting with you guys. I'm really impressed, Coach Alan, as I was sharing with you on the mats during the seminar, the skill level of the kids over here. It's absolutely incredible. It's a testimony of what you, the professor and the coaches are doing with these kids. I wouldn't be saying that if I really don't mean that, guys. I'm truly impressed. I hope to connect with you again in the future. I'm a follower of Grace Barra Calgary and all of your achievements, and I couldn't be prouder of all of you guys. I know it's a joint effort between parents and kids. Jiu-Jitsu, it's not a short journey, so don't be caught up with the shortcomings of your kids. Don't try to expect that your kid gonna do more than you could possibly do. Be patient. It took me 11 times. I lost 11 consecutive times, and I always tell that to my parents before I become a Brazilian national champion as a blue belt, which was the highest and the hardest competition that somebody could possibly have at the time, with 7, 8, 9 matches to get to a championship. But imagine if my parents would withdraw from the program after the 3rd or 4th loss because they think I didn't make the cut. So yes, like I always say, and if I can share something with you guys, in life we must be hard to beat, impossible to break. That's the mindset of Grace Barra Jiu-Jitsu. Kids, thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you guys in the future. Thank you very much, Coach Alan.
Thank you so much, Professor. As a Gracie Barra team member, and Jiu-Jitsu student, I seek to develop strength in the body, knowledge in the mind, non-quitting attitude. Momentos mestres, momentos professores.
Acostumado a ser então.
Valeu.
Valeu, meu irmão.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for coming. Yeah, guys, let's take a picture real quick so we can start the health seminar. So, I want Blue keys in the back. Blue keys in the back. Blue keys in the back. White keys, take a high knee in front of them, like this. Like this, high knee. Okay. White. Okay. Guys, high knee. High, heavy, high knee. Okay. Pinkies. Take a low knee. Over left, he's the picture specialist. Knee, low knee. Pinkies, low knees. Yeah. One in the middle and one on the other. Okay. Yeah. And here. Good.
Number two.
Thank you all so much for being here today. It's great to see many of you guys here. See, where's the rest of the people from Lethbridge? Is there's like, no, I think there's like 5 or 6 from Lethbridge.
Maybe you got the time zones wrong.
Oh, there's all right. So we have on the nets today we have Gracie Bar Calgary, Gracie Bar Northwest Calgary, and Gracie Bar Lethbridge. So it's good to see that. Makes me proud and happy to see you guys, getting together. We all started with Gracie Bar Calgary. Went on and started Gracie Bar Northwest, and I have Ricardo, who's a good friend of mine that started Gracie Bar Lethbridge. So I'm very proud of that. Very happy to see you guys here, and let's have some fun. I've talked a lot about Professor Carlos over the past couple of months. So Professor, please.
Again, guys, it's a great pleasure to be in Calgary for the first time. I've been to Canada several times, but never to this part of Canada, which always interests me. little that I knew that I would make an incredible friend, a brother on the mats in Calgary. So that's an amazing thing about Grace Bar. It's our power to network, to connect, right? And since the GB Experience Winter Camp that we had together in Mexico in February, Coach Alan and I have been getting really close, and we've been talking a lot, and we've been communicating, and we share a lot of common interests. Besides Jiu-Jitsu, we have a lot of our points of view of life are very similar. So the Mexican camp was an opportunity to catalyze this relationship, right? I heard great things about what you guys are doing here from Professor Rodrigo and Professor Rodrigo, right? Rodrigo from Vancouver and Rodrigo from Quebec. And when I met Coach Alan, we clicked straight away. Had an amazing time over there. The cool thing about the camp that you see that in no other events of Gracie Bar is that you have an opportunity to get to know the professors off the mats. I think that's magical. We have an opportunity to eat together, to hang out together, to go to the beach together. Like we don't have many times in the summit or in other events that have a more strict set schedule. But the atmosphere over there allows us to become great friends, and we've been cultivating this friendship. So yes, it's a huge honor to be with you guys over here today. Just sharing a little bit of with you guys who am I and my trajectory in Jiu-Jitsu. I'm a 5th degree black belt on the Master Carlos Gracie Jr. I trained at the very first Gracie Bar school in the world, right? There was only one Gracie Bar school. I was there. I started as a teenager. I got all my belts in Gracie Bar. Eventually, I became a coach, and then an assistant instructor, and then the professor of the legendary Gracie Bar headquarters in Barra da Tijuca, Brazil, where I was basically raised since the age of 3 years old. I was a resident of Barra along with my family. Over there, I made the best friends a man could ask for. And a lot of these friends that I met on the mats, we still work together to this day, because we believe on the mission of Master Carlos. We believe what Jiu-Jitsu can do to the lives of other people. So yes, some of my achievements in competition are not important as my achievements as a professor and an educator. I think the two greatest achievements of my life was to earn my black belt on the Master Carlos and become a father. All the rest is second to that. So yes, it's a huge honor to be with you guys on the mats today. We're going to be talking, we're going to be sharing. I was discussing with Coach Alan just right before the seminar what would be the plan for today. I want to share something with you guys that very few people know. Very few people have seen. Gracie Bar is the biggest team in the world. We have all kinds of champions, people who all different sorts of games and doing amazing things. Many of the revolutionary styles that we see nowadays on the competition scene that are not they're out there being credited to somebody else. Besides me developing Gracie Bar, guys, I can tell you each one of them who developed, when I was here, I saw it all. And however, few of you haven't seen what is the Jiu-Jitsu of Master Carlos, right? What are the things he likes to do? What are the ways? What is his approach towards the match? How he plays? So today I want to share with you guys my teaching Jiu-Jitsu. It's not going to be Professor Carlos Lemos Jiu-Jitsu. It's going to be Master Carlos Jiu-Jitsu. After all of us, including yourselves, we are students of Master Carlos. So let's learn Master Carlos Jiu-Jitsu.
Spread arm.
Jump your gas. This.
quatro, cinco,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
12, 13, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
puxa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
Play triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ó, Curitibano.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
Você é bravo. 2, 3, ah, você 4, 5. Ah, maravilha.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
Isso aí. 1, cara boa. 2, 3, 4, 5. Isso aí.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
Chin the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
Use the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
20 bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
20 hip skips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
Break off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
Polegar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
Butterfly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
seis, sete, oito, nove, dez,
3 rocking chairs. Hold the last one. 1,
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, let's sit, relax, make yourself comfortable at home. You know, look, today we have like a couple hours together, so I want to be really nice to you guys. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask you guys to sit against the wall. So by the end of this, right now, so let's go guys, you can sit against the wall.
Tomando da aula pra ele, assim como é que é.
Você deixa a galera sentar aí. Yeah, right? Every night, right? No, just on seven days. So team, here's the deal. I want to share with you guys that Master Carlos is God, right? And his approach to the. So the first thing is this. Let's go back in time and understand a little bit the concept or the idea of jiu-jitsu that it's gotten lost, which was like we can only overcome that many of people. Right? You can only overpower, overweight, outpower, outweight, outgrapple that many of people. Right? It gets to the point there will be people that it's impossible for you to impose your will against them. So the idea of jiu-jitsu, the inception of jiu-jitsu, it rests with an ancient Asian mindset, which you guys can see on the Book of Five Rings of Miyamoto Musashi. Right? Have you heard of Miyamoto Musashi before? Okay. Miyamoto Musashi is attributed to be the greatest swordsman of all time. He lived during the Single Fujidai, which was the warring state of Japan, where a lot of jiu-jitsu, by the way, jiu-jitsu was developed during this time, right? It evolved during this times, in the 1600s, the 17th century. The mindset that it was imported and revamped by the races was this: brute strength will be beaten by skill. And the materialization of that, the depiction of that, it's when somebody comes over here for the first time and Coach Alan gets a teenage student, half of the size of that person, say, go with me. And you see a teenager doing everything he or she wants against that person. It's when we see a girl getting much heavier, twice as her size adult, and that girl can totally defeat that man. So, skill defeats brute strength. When brute strength also doesn't come with skill, right? So then, they also say that strategy will defeat skill. Strategy will defeat skill. That's what I'm talking about. When you can't out-grapple, when you can't out-power, what do? We apply a stronger strategy. And what is the strategy of jiu-jitsu? To save energy. The more energy you can retain during a match against an opponent, the higher are your chances of winning. Especially back in the day when the matches are no time limit. So chances of the person who's trying to push harder to be outguessed are much higher. So the strategy in jiu-jitsu is to retain energy, is to keep the energy bar higher than its opponent. For that, we need a strike. And then, what was the next step? Beyond the strategy, beyond the skill, what it's really like a differential on the champions. You see the ones that are winning. What can beat everything? Musashi said, heart can beat everything. Spirit can beat everything. Right? And when we move by a strong emotion, by the power of love, we can do unimaginable feats, right? I was 12 years old. I went into a trip with my father. Back then, I had like the experience of a kid in martial arts. I wasn't a prominent martial artist. And my father went to change a flat tire, and he pushed the tire under the car. The jack collapsed, and he was caught by a car with his arm trapped under the car, and he was bleeding by then. And he said, "Son, help me." And I looked around. It was at 6:30 a.m. on a garage, on a parking lot, on a Sunday morning. There was nobody there. And I screamed, and there was nobody there. But I was so desperate to help my father that some way, somehow, I lit the car with my dad. And to this day, I can't explain it. So I learned that concept from this memory. Right? I saved my father. He had a fracture, he had stitches, but he didn't have to get a surgery. But a couple more minutes there, it's likely that my father would have lost his arm, if not his life. So, brute strength, skill beats brute strength. Strategy beats skill. Your heart, your spirit beats everything. And that's the quality of the champions, right? The champions, normally you see the people, the person that wins is not the best one. The best one advanced the first, the second, the third match, they lost. They lose. They lose normally on the second or third match. The best ones. The champions are not the best one many times, but they're the ones that are more moved by their heart, moved by their spirit to not surrender. So, going with Master Carlos and training with him, it was always a pleasant experience that infatuated me to see that man breathing out of his nose many times for over 30 minutes and not using much energy. But it was also an unpleasant experience, a feeling of having no power to overcome his strategy. And it was the same thing across the board. All of us, and we would try to overcome him with athleticism, with power, with speed, with ability. He would simply shut us down and hook us to the point of submission. Today we're going to be learning a little bit of that, because obviously all of us that are here today, we love Jiu-Jitsu, we want to do Jiu-Jitsu for the rest of our lives. So we're going to go first with the concept over here, please, of the guard. Okay, and that serves for all belts, for all rankings, which is like this. Once somebody opens your guard, once someone opens your guard, what is the first thing you want to do? What is the very and most important thing you want to do when somebody opens your guard? Let's imagine this. Coach Alan, what do you think is the most incredible grip you can have on my lapel?
From this position,
Just get me on the toughest grip you have. Okay. Can I pass this guy? Yes or no? you ready? Can he pass my guard? So, this tells us no matter what grip you're trying to do, that's not what you want to do. That's not the most important thing. Forget about your grips. That is something way more important than your grips when somebody opens your guard. And what is that? Talking about this?
That's good.
We're talking about that earlier today, right, Coach Alon? We can only fight what is in front of us. We can't fight what is behind us. Therefore, my idea, once he opens my guard, let me try so everybody can see this, is to keep Coach Alon in front of me. And how do I do that, team? Feet on his hips. Now, if he moves left, I'm with him. If he moves right, I'm also with him. So that should be your first priority. By the way, what I learned from Master Carlos too is that never open your guard deliberately. Make your opponent open your guard. Make your opponent spend the energy to open your guard. Keep your guard closed. Why are you going to simply open your guard? You're going to give like half of the job of passing your guard. It's already right there with you opening your guard for your opponent. You only open your guard deliberately if you are running out of time. That is a sense of urgency and you got to get going. Because the idea of the guard and retaining the guard is the idea of slowing your opponents down. You can totally do that if it's an even square, if it's a score, or if you are ahead. But if you're behind, now you don't have a choice, so you need to speed up. But other than that, you shouldn't deliberately open your guard if you have the opportunities to close. So, the first thing we're going to do over here is the feet on his hips. The next thing I'm going to do over here right now is I need to keep him in front of me. Otherwise, the next thing I know, he will start tossing my legs to the side and he will move away. So how can I do that? What is the first grip again? Very important thing. Now he can no longer walk away from me. And then what is the next important grip we're going to get over here? What is the next very important grip we're going to get? The inside sleeve. So we're going to get the cross sleeve with the right hand. And I'm going to bring that to you. Okay? And then, what's going to be my next step right now? Turn around. That way. Other way so they can see what. Okay, so now, what is the next step over here, team? What else am I going to do? Okay? I have a great way of control on my opponent. So I'm going to place my right foot on his biceps. Okay? And this is where we're going to start. Okay? Right here. So, recapping with everyone. The guard is now open. What is the first thing we do? And then what? And then what? Right hand inside the right sleeve. And then what? Retract your right leg and place your right foot on your partner's biceps. And that's where we're going to stop for the setup of Master Carlos' system. Okay, we're going to develop from there. Everything we're going to do about guard today is going to be coming out of this form. But first I want you guys to understand why of the things, right? Just teaching you guys the movement and not giving you the context and what comes before the movement. It will be really hard for you guys to start hitting that on your game and incorporate it. So, get on the hips, grab the ankle, grab the inside sleeve, retract the right knee, put on the biceps, 3 times only with your training partners. Once you finish, back to the wall so we can continue. Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
get a training partner similar to your weight size.
3 times only. Parecido com faixa preta, faixa branca. Só que pra mim
Oh, you already did 3 times.
So team, take your time. We're here. You're being Calgary, GB Alberta students are really disciplined. That's awesome. Normally when I go teach, I say 3 times. Next thing I know, they do it for 30 times, and he delays all the rest. We have to push it. But now you guys understand, and you start getting a sense of, okay, here I can control, here I can retain, right? Playing the guard and not knowing how to retain the guard, it's disastrous. It's important that you guys understand this retention concept. So now, and I'm back in the guard, right? And I have my feet on the hips, I have my left hand on Coach Alan's right ankle, I have my right hand inside the sleeve. What am I going to do next? I will retract my right knee, and I'm going to have the right foot on his left biceps. Okay, so what is my next grip over here? What is the next thing I want to do over here? Okay, look, the next thing I want to do over here now, turn around. It has to do with what Coach Alan wants to do against, what is his reaction against this, right? I'm gonna start, we're gonna work on 2 reactions. A reaction when my opponent wants to walk back in order to detach himself from me and clear the angle to pass the guard, or the reaction of their opponent who wants to walk forward to step. Okay? On both reactions, there is one thing that you need to know about guard playing. The guard playing game is like this. Try to never, ever, ever keep your both shoulders on the floor. You always want to stay lean on a side. Okay? When you flat on the floor, you're easier to be squashed, easier to be passed. When your shoulder is off the floor, it's harder for somebody to squash you, to press you. So then, look at my left hand right now. Okay? The left hand is going to come right here, around the triceps. Okay? And now I want to bring his right arm inside my left leg. Turn around so you can see. Okay? Coach Alan, what are you genuinely feeling over here? Yeah, what's your feeling? okay, but how do you feel in
Well,
general?
in general, I'm comfortable because my lower back
Okay,
is
so
so fat in my 30s.
here we go. So guys, that's exactly the feeling I wanted him to have. The feeling that this is an uncomfortable position for him, even though I haven't started doing anything. Just the fact that I'm there, he already feel uncomfortable. So there are a couple reactions over here on my opponent. If he walks back or forward. But right now, we're gonna go back to the beginning. I want you guys to get comfortable with Master Carlos's grip. So, on the hips, what is the next step? On the ankle, what is the next step? Inside grip, what is the next step? Right foot on the biceps, what is the next step now? Shoulder off the floor. And I'm gonna get a grip right there on the triceps. Okay? Here is the deal. If I can pin his elbow, I paralyze him. No matter what he does, he can't pass my guard if I can pin his elbow. The whole idea of controlling the triceps is just so my forearm can bring his elbow in and I can control his elbow right here. Okay? If his elbow is out, okay, that means what? That means I have no control over his arm, therefore he can easily overcome my spider bounce. Okay? So the elbow control is critical. Therefore, I want to keep his elbow inside my arm if it's possible. You see that? That's where we're going to start. 3 times on. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Guys, stop for a second. Let me show you something. Professor. Legal. Just something for you guys to keep in mind. Okay? What's keeping my opponent in check the whole time for years, right, is the extension of his left leg. Here, I'm in a very uncomfortable position. Now he switch grips, and I feel completely trapped. Okay? But if there is no tension on that left leg over there, now he's the one under pressure. So then, what happens when you suffer that, right, too late? Your opponent managed to stack you. Well, you go back to ground zero. Scoot on your shoulders. Dá uma reboladinha para trás do seu ombro, mais para trás assim, do lado do outro. Isso. Agora vem com o pezinho aqui, ó. Put on the hip again, and then you regain control of the situation. You go back to the hip, to the biceps, and you extend the leg a little. Okay? Yes or no? Okay, so keep some sort of attention on that left foot on the hip. Don't let your opponent get so close to you guys. Yeah? 3, 2, 1. Three times on the team.
Tem que sair, só volta. Só volta no ponto. Beleza, fechou. Obrigado.
Very comfortable, right? Okay, so look team, let's have an opportunity for you guys to ask me any questions. Let's have a little Q&A. We can connect a little bit. You guys can see what it's a little bit what is inside my mind and what is here. You guys can ask me anything, whether or not it's related to jiu-jitsu, which after all is related to jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Please ask me a question. He's one of the, he's exactly what you see on the TV. He's a class act human being, super nice guy, as nice as he gets. What struck me about George St. Pierre so much, he was like, I'm not his teacher, okay? I don't take no credit for his jiu-jitsu team. I was just part of one of the camps of George when he fought BJ Penn, because I got to know BJ Penn. He was my friend. He was in my house in Brazil. BJ Penn and many other greats, they used to spend time in my home in Brazil. When he used to go to Brazil, they knew I was the only kid of the bunch that could speak fluent English, so how Gracie sent BJ Penn to my home and how it was still part of Gracie's body. So I knew BJ. And when BJ Penn left Gracie's body, kind of, there was a lot of bad blood about that. It's like, we're heartbroken. He went to the biggest rival of Gracie's body at the time. We had like that kind of payback. One day we're gonna get you back. And the opportunity came when George came to train for his fight against BJ in Brazil. And then I was brought into the camp because I knew how he thinks, how he reacts. I knew everything about him, and I wanted to help the team. So the experience with him was extraordinary. He's an incredible human being, a very nice guy, a great ambassador for Canada. He truly represents what a great Canadian should be like. And what impressed me about George the most, besides his physical qualities, what impressed me the most is like he would train without the white belts. Right? Sometimes we see some of our students, they get a little bit good and they think they can they no longer need to train with white belts. George would train with all the white belts, and if a white belt would catch him with any move, sweeps, passes, or even submission, he would say, can you teach me? And he had that inquisitive mind with everyone that he came across. So yeah, those are like incredible 5 weeks, probably the hardest 5 weeks training of one of the hardest of my life, but smart on a daily basis. And yes, it's super fun. He's also a great training partner. He knows how to push, how to go without getting hurt or hurting you. So he was awesome. Nowadays, back then I used to train like literally 6 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And on the 6th day, which was Saturday, we used to do like a 40-minute uphill hike running through my house in the forest. So that was my Saturday. And then from my teen years all the way to my mid-20s, I still have a picture. I have some pictures of the hike with my scholars in the middle of the jungle the other day when I was in Japan going through my pictures. By the way, I just came back from Japan. I don't know if you guys know. I just came back from Tuesday. So, but nowadays I train a little bit different, right? I try to do like some physical conditioning in the morning. That takes like about 40 minutes, or more than 40 minutes. And then I try to get like a solid 40, 50 minutes sparring session. Mid-morning, early afternoon. And then I train with my students again in the evening. So I would say like no more than 3 hours a day nowadays for me. But my whole life I train like 6 to 8 hours a day. Yeah, I strive to train 3 hours a day myself, officially.
What advice would you for white new school?
Why you don't just want to think that's a very good question? Well, it's like the advice I give to you is this. Don't get distracted by the nuances. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture and don't lose faith on mankind. Because when we are behind the scenes, many times we see the parts that we don't want to show our students, right? The ugliness of running the business. Like sometimes, many times, people won't be fair to you. They won't value what you do, and they won't appreciate you. But you're not there for them. You're there for the smile of a child that was bullied his whole life, and now he or she is no longer being bullied. You're over there for the father who built a relationship with the son, the husband that built a relationship with the wife, the brother that didn't talk to his sister, his brother for years, and now they're best friends on the mats. You know, the different ethnic person that had boundaries towards a religion or towards a color, and now they're the best friends and they understand, like, you know, those are volatile elements of life. What really matters is how good you are towards your partners, towards your community, how hard you train to make yourself better, to help others to get better, right? This is why we're doing this. So don't get distracted with little unappreciated people that you may come across. They don't.
What's your advice for someone who wants to be a professional?
Professional. Yeah. Repetition is the my teacher used to say that to me when I want to do a new move every single day. Repetition is the key. The more you repeat, the better you're going to get. It's Musashi also say, which is another ancient Asian concept, but it's like codified on his book. He also say, one weapon, one mind, any weapon. One mind, any weapon. One mind, any weapon means if you master one thing, you master all things. It means if you master one move, but you do that so well that nobody can overcome that, you can apply that under any circumstance. So it's not the moves you're learning, it's the mindset you have towards the moves. You lost your sword, fight with your knife. You lost your knife, fight with your hands. You lost your hands, fight with your mind. Right? So one mind, anyone. Master one thing and you master all things. So it's just an everyday grinding. And very important, consistency over intensity. This trend that you guys hearing from Brisbane, that's my concept, right? They Brisbane brought into the picture this idea from me. Consistency over intensity. If you're intense, you're gonna break. If you're consistent, you're gonna last. So dial down the intensity so you guys can train more. I was just in Japan and I said, I want to go to see. I had the opportunity, was invited to see the collegiate judo training on it, which is the equivalent to Division I wrestling in America. Right? These are the kids that you know college, it's only Olympic level. And it's the best of judo. They are doing 10 rounds, they were doing 20 rounds of stand-up sparring of 2 minutes rounds, 20 rounds by 10 rounds of ground work, 3 minutes, 10 rounds. Nobody got injured, nobody was throwing up, nobody was outgassed, because they're all at 50% of this, all of them. See, you know, it reminds me a lot of when we used to do back home, where we're so relaxed that we could go for 6 hours a day. Just after 20 minutes, you can barely walk. It's just a little bit crazy.
What inspired you to do your first MMA fight?
Back in the day, we didn't train jiu-jitsu to be part of a sport. We trained jiu-jitsu to fight. Once you realize, we all came to Grace Bahador for the same reason. Self-defense and empowerment, which is likely 99% of you are here because your first idea was like, I want to empower myself, I want to be able to defend myself. But then when we realize what we are involved with, which is the greatest martial arts of all times, we want to fight to give continuity to the legacy of Master Carlos and his men. So our idea, our mindset wasn't to train to compete in tournaments. It was like, one day I will be back on the ring, and I will do that for money, I will do that for pride, I will do that to give continuity to the legacy of my nation. That was my mindset. And I had a minor fight in Brazil. And then when I moved to Chicago, I was in UK for a while. I went to school over there. When I was in UK, I worked with the main fighters. They were fighting at Pride at the time, which was way bigger than the UFC is today. And I was promised fights right and left. For one reason after another, never happened. And then when I finally immigrated to the US, I was in the Midwest, and there were no jiu-jitsu tournaments there, very little, and people didn't know what jiu-jitsu was. So I say, the only way that they can see what we can do is if I get into the cage. And I started doing cage fights, which I had a great time. I don't have anything that but I didn't want that to be what I was known for, and my students to be, that's the way. You know, that's just a fact. My scholars didn't raise me from nothing to this point to just be a fighter, to raise me to be an educator and to change lives. And no longer you need to prove the efficiency of jiu-jitsu or the legacy of the it was already established. Right, just want to try to popularize what I was doing. I had a mindset like, I love to kickbox, I absolutely love it. And I love to drill people, which I will do if I have to. But I'm praying to God that I'm going to get into this cage and I'm not going to get hurt, but I'm not going to hurt that person that I'm doing. I'll try to, get out of here and be able to take my girlfriend to the city. So, yes, that was what was in my mind. I live in Chicago. Yeah, I've been in Chicago for the past, let's say, 12 years, 13 years. Yeah, but it's a really great question because very few Brazilians can survive the Midwest. Very few Brazilians can survive the Midwest. There is absolutely. You guys at least have mountains over here, hour and a half away, right? And from all I know, it's absolutely a wonder of the location. I wish I could go and spend time. Maybe next summer we'll make that happen. I'll spend a week over here chilling with you guys. I would love to do that. We need a location. So, but in Chicago we don't have it, right? Flat land, and then when it's summer, it's 40, when it's winter, and you have the wind blowing against you, and I got winters over there of minus 30, minus 40 Fahrenheit, minus, I think the worst I got was minus 49 Fahrenheit. I don't even know what is that in Celsius. So few Brazilians can survive to that. And I don't think Canada is much different. It is much better as far as it goes with the attractions you have over here, but for us that grew up beachfront on a tropical climate, it's brutal, it's really hard. So how did I cope for that? I always go back to the basics. When I don't know what to do, right? When I get, what am I going to do next? I go back in time and I think what my master would do. And what we learned from Master Paulo was more than Jiu-Jitsu was a way of life, was a lifestyle. And I realized that the only way that I could survive the Midwest, which also suffered for my students, and so a lot of my students during the winter getting depression, suffering of the winter cabin, right? I got my students like, during the winter they're drinking more, they're growing bigger, they're having bad habits, and I say, I'm teaching these people how to fight, but I'm not teaching them how to live. There's something wrong with it. I started to get affected winter after winter to see them under that condition. And I say, one of the greatest memories I have of a holiday, it was our holidays in Búzios, which is a place that resembles Playa del Carmen 100%, even on the topography and the architecture side. And I remember us eating healthy. I remember us spending time on the beach. I remember us training. That's when, along with Grace Baja, created the BB experience with the campus. And then I started hitting the Playa del Carmen in the peak of the winter every year. And that sustained me to this day in the Midwest, gave them energy to look forward for another year. It recharged my batteries, to reconnect with the nature, to be in the ocean, to eat great food, to be with great jiu-jitsu minds like Coach Alana and all the professors involved, Professor Evan involved. So, yes, it's funny you ask that, but it was thanks to the winter camp that are still in Chicago to this day. Many came and many gone. They couldn't keep up with the weather.
We're going to visit this summer now.
Please, I want to keep you guys as friends, so don't come in the winter. There's not much going on with there besides no skiing, no snowboarding, no, just training and training and training. All right, guys.
What is your advice for when you get to glue and you feel that feeling of being stuck?
Look, the Jiu-Jitsu progress is not linear, right? When you see the graphic of the progress in Jiu-Jitsu, is like you progress 10 steps, you drop 7, and then you progress 11 steps, and you drop 5, and that's how you grow in Jiu-Jitsu. And sometimes you hit a plateau, and you can't overcome it. And that's your feeling. You know, it's your feeling training with everybody else that trains with you, but maybe it's not the feeling that's embodied the same bell ranking as you, that comes in the school and trains with you, and then you do so well against that person. You go to a tournament and you beat somebody that you think you would. But in our minds, it's what it stucks, right? Like we're stuck with the idea that we're not progressing. So it's time to adapt, to look inside yourself and to see where you fail, where it's not working. And it's to work on not on your strong movements, it's to work on where you're weak, but isolate the subjects like me. You have to get good in one thing at a time in life. You can't come over here and say, well, my guard pass sucks, but also my mouth is terrible, and I can't choke anybody. No, you have to choose. What is the one thing you want to improve? Work immediately on that. Forget about everything else. Just work on one thing at a time. And you'll see, like little by little, you're going to start eliminating problems. You know, there is an incredible scene on Bruce Lee. He was a real martial artist. He wasn't only an actor. If you don't know, I have some incredible stories to share with you guys about Bruce Lee. One of them is one of his sayings is this: you don't master an art when you don't have a new move to learn. You master an art when you don't have any bad habits to eliminate. So it's the idea of eliminating like everything, all of your weakness, you eliminate it. When you get to that point, you master it. Many don't know. Can I share the story about this? I think it's fascinating and very few people know that. We have time for this quick story. Guys, Bruce Lee, he broke the paradigm of traditional martial arts in the East, right? It was one art only and that mindset, doing the same style and hitting the wooden, I don't even know how to call that thing, that keep hitting that over and over, and they meditate. All of that is really cool, but he was trained within the style and saying, no, I want to be good at everything. And then he started training boxing, and he trained Western boxing, the legions. He became professional level in Western boxing. So then he trained his kicks, different arts and kicking, and his kicks became even better than they were. His style predominantly is Wing Chun. They don't have much kicks. You see Bruce Lee kicking all over the place. Wing Chun, it's like with the hands. They fight more with their hands, not so much with his legs. So he trains Sabat and other arts. They have a lot of kicks involved in Muay Thai. But then he got into wrestling because he realized that you had to close the distance at some point. You have to put people on their backs. But when he got to wrestling, he realized there was a next step. It's the ground fight. He comes to Daniel Santo right before filming the Enter the Drive, which was his main guy, the second in command under Bruce Lee. And he tells him this story. I know that because the Machados were the teachers of Daniel Santo, and the Machados are black belts on the Master Powers race. So some people know that story through them. He comes to Daniel Santo and says this: I have completed, I have mastered everything but one element of my style. And without that, we're incomplete, because I realized most of the fights end on the ground. I heard of this family in Brazil. They're the masters of ground fight. I heard they're the best in the world. I heard nobody can touch them. I'm going to film the movie, and as soon as I finish with the filming, I'm going to fly. I'm not even going to go back to the US. I'm going to fly straight from Hong Kong to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I'm going to locate this family. I'm going to go there as a white belt, and I won't leave the country until I'm a black belt and understand their life. Sadly, Bruce died during the film of his last movie, and this never happened, right? So, what I'm trying to say is that if Bruce would have survived the movie and would have met the Gracies, he would have met Master Carlos' teacher, Paul's Gracie, which was the genius of the Gracie family. The one that more than I Jiu-Jitsu as we know, who was Halls, the teacher of Master Carlos. Imagine these two great minds together. The UFC would have happened 30 years before this actually. But he was.
Guys, let's line up. Can you take a picture? Each side, that's it. Ele vai estar no coisa aí, no lugar.
História interessantíssima.
All right, guys. Once again, thank you all so much for coming. Appreciate you guys being here. It's always a great opportunity. I told you guys this one was going to be one of the books. For me, definitely was. So thank you, Professor, for your presence, for all the teachings. And like I had mentioned to you guys as well, it's not just the traditions, all the stories, everything, right? We're basically drinking from the fountain, right? He was there when everything started. So very, very good opportunity for everyone that was here today. Very good. I feel very happy also that a lot of the things, sometimes please let them know that we did not discuss anything that you would say, because a lot of the things that I say on a daily basis, you said the funniest part for me was when you mentioned jiu-jitsu not being a linear journey. I say that almost on a daily basis to everyone. So when you said that, I left a little because I'm like, oh, people are going to think that we discussed it. I asked them.
I arrived last night at past 12 at night. We had the opportunity to have a chat on the way from the airport to the house. Had a quick bite, and we both went to bed, and we didn't see each other prior coming on the video.
So it's very, very good to see that as well. I always try to say I'm always trying to learn from guys like you. It makes me happy to see that, because it shows that I'm at least a little bit from you guys. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that came. I want to say.
It's just like I feel welcome by you. I feel like I'm at home. You know, like it happens on most of Grace Bar schools where the leadership aligns with the vision of Master Carlos for Jiu-Jitsu and for what we want to pass to our students. So today, like Coach Alan said, it wasn't an opportunity for you to learn a new move. It was way beyond that. It was an opportunity for you guys to understand the lifestyle, the mindset, and also for us to benefit from each other's energy, right? Connect our energies with each other. I can't leave without thanking you guys and inviting all of you to come to Mexico with us. It's gonna be the next Grace Bar winter camp, GB Experience winter camp. It's gonna be between February 14th and February 19th. I hope some of you guys can come. Coach Alan, you know the invitation is always extended to you as well. The event should be launched this next week. Keep an eye on it, and yes, let's recharge our batteries together. And it will be a pleasure to see you guys there and to help you to connect with some of the greatest jiu-jitsu minds of all times that will be there joining the campus.
Definitely my best experience. Not only getting to train with a bunch of people from all over the world, but connecting with, imagine a bunch of guys who got the same energy levels that are just it. All right, thank you so much, Professor. Thank you, professors. Thank you, guys. I thought the master finish just with this pump, so you guys let everyone take pictures and get to that. All right. I told Or not, yeah, no, we'll take everyone together, man. Let's take the seminar first. White geese in the back. Tall guys and girls in the back. If don't make me say my first. Back to the back. Hey, blues. Get closer so Professor Eduardo can decide where to go. All the girls, low knee.
Yeah.
Yes, John.
Just a second.
Professora, você é na frente da cabeça.
What?
Ótimo. Okay. All right, good job. Léo, pega as faixas pra mim. Let's start sitting down and circling around, ladies and gentlemen. So Alright guys, circle around. Step on mats, everyone, let's go, let's go. Let's begin.
Vai dar um abraço no tio não, rapaz? Aí,
Puxa, guarda.
meu Deus do céu, o homem é guardeiro.
All right, guys, professor, please. We're gonna start our bell ceremony. As you guys know, more training partners are getting promoted today to a new belt. Okay? First of all, number one thing I always like to remind everyone of you, okay, every time we're doing a belt ceremony, there are a few things. Number one, 10 minutes from now, or 5 minutes from now, your jiu-jitsu is not going to be any better than it was 10 minutes ago. Okay? It's better than it was 2 hours ago because of Professor Carl. But it's not going to be better than it was 10 minutes ago. Okay? So don't quit just because you got your food up. Second, many times during my jiu-jitsu journey, I heard a lot of people saying that, oh, the belts, they're only good to hold the pants. I do not agree with that more. If I ever agree with that, I'm going to go do whatever else, you know, that I find meaning in doing. I don't know, open a pizza place, okay? Go do anything else but this. Nothing could be further from the truth that your belt, it only means that. Every time you achieve a new rank, a new level, you achieve a new belt, you have more responsibility. Okay? Especially those of you that are leaving the white belt now. You guys know what I always say is, you know, that even though I play a lot with the white belts, I always say that the most important person on the mats, or the most important people on the mats, they're always the white belts. Okay? The white belts are the ones that are starting out. I always tell you guys that I'm very proud that I was able to start something to bring you guys, you know, ideas of what I thought and what I wanted this place to be. And those of you that got here before anyone else, you guys got those ideas to yourselves, and you helped me implement, and you know, help treat everyone the way I've asked you to treat everyone. You've helped, you know, everyone get better like I've asked you to help everyone get better, like you guys helped me get better, like I helped you get better. And as you leave your white belt, the responsibility becomes yours. Even more for you to understand this. I am only one person. The one thing I can do is share the idea, is try to get you guys to understand the message that we're, you know, trying to pass on to you guys. But I do depend fully on you guys to understand this, to embrace it, to bring it to your lives, and to you know, keep passing that on to everyone that steps on these mats. I always tell you guys, you know, constantly that when everybody asks my line of business, what do you do? I say my line of business is changing lives. That's my line of business.
Just say that yesterday.
And I
Somebody asked me in the plane, what do you do for a living? Life coaching.
It's that's a line of business. Okay? People like me, like Professor Carlos, like the professor here, we're not here just for the technique, right? The technique is the least important of the most important things. A lot of times, you know, when you carry a blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt, you walking across the mat to greet that one person that is new here might make the difference in that person's life. Maybe that person came in for the last time, or thinking it was going to be the last time. Maybe that person came in insecure, thinking he or she that they were going to get smashed, that they were going to, you know, they were feeling intimidated. But then you have, you know, a guy as big as Tanner walk across the mats, smile and say, welcome. Yeah, I hope you feel welcome here. I hope you like this environment. I hope you like our family, because, you know, this is what it is. That might make a difference in a person's life. And as Professor Carlos was saying, being in the backstage here, we see a lot of the stories that we don't share with you guys. In the same way that we see the bad part, we also see the part that you guys don't see. The person that comes up to us and says that they got rid of addiction because they stepped in here. The person steps in here and says that they got rid of depression, that they got rid of panic syndrome, that they got rid of anxiety. The person that lost someone they loved and, you know, says this place is a place for them to heal. Look at the responsibility you carry every time you get promoted. Every time you get promoted, you're one step up, this starts becoming more and more your responsibility. Every time I'm in here, every time I step in here, every time I'm rolling with someone, every time I greet someone, I'm always worried that something I may do might stop that change in the person's life. So this is the main thing I always try to pass on to you guys. Every time that you're stepping in here, those who get promoted, especially, remember, you carry that responsibility now more than you did. Yes. Okay. And, this is, and I'll tell you, okay, Professor Carlos is here to not let me lie. We don't hear these stories every now and then. It's not every now and then. It's on a weekly basis. On a weekly basis, we hear stories. Some of the concepts. And yes, it goes from addiction to someone that lost a child. And that you guys don't even know. And we carry that. We carry that responsibility of keeping this place as good as it is, keeping the environment as good as it is, so that these people keep coming and keep changing their lives. Okay? And again, it's not a one-off, it's not rare, it's all over the place. Okay? So we're gonna start. The first one here, this guy, so funny. Definitely one of the coolest people I've ever met. I love. I like to think of myself as a leader in development, and as a consequence of that, I'm always speaking. I'm always helping people out. I'm always helping people advice because people look for me to do that as well. But I love it when I find people that can do that to me. I said that I think in one of our last ceremonies, being a leader is awesome, taking care of people is awesome, but who takes care of us, right? And I feel very grateful, and it's an amazing feeling to find those people, to have someone that cares for you. You know, sometimes with the word, right? This guy is so wise and he just tells me a thing here or there, and I don't know if he knows how much I appreciate that. On top of that, this guy, you know, it's gonna become easy to know who it is now. But for example, last year, you guys know I was getting ready to go to Worlds, right? And I popped my knee 8 days before. I popped my knee 8 days before. Obviously, I was in no condition of fighting, but I said, you know what, I'm going. I'm hopping on one leg, but I'm going. And I went in there, hopping on one leg. And this guy, he could have said, like most people would say, I mean, come on, let's not even go. This guy not only was he there to watch me fight, hopping on one leg, but I know he changed his plan. He was supposed to go somewhere else that weekend. And he changed his plans so he could be there to watch me hopping on one leg. That speaks more than anything anybody could say. And that's what really makes us, you know, as leaders, feel well taken care of. Wisdom comes from his age too, because the joke has to be there. Patrick, don't get it. Falei das aulas. Ele conta das aulas.
How many classes do you have?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
I told him that you count the class.
350.
Oh, boy.
349.
I heard you're supposed to stop after the 6th class.
I'm quitting as soon as I get my move up.
Guys, professors, please. Professor. 1, 2, 3. I love, it's it's really a really good feeling when we're up here and we're teaching you guys things and telling you guys things, trying to show you some stuff that, and you see someone that's like trying to capture every word, and trying to capture the energy, and trying to capture everything that's going on. I love that feeling because it makes us feel like what we do matter. There's a person here that has exactly that. At least to me, she always passes that feeling. She wants to capture every word, everything. She's always got an amazing smile in her face. Great training partner to everyone. People are already looking at her. So as soon as I said, always has a great smile on her face. She's always, one of the things that, sometimes you guys have some conversations with me. One of the things I always say, I'm very thankful that our gym, with so many people that we have, we've come to a point where there is literally not one student that I'm like, oh God, please take him away, or please take her away. And it's hard with the huge community that we have here. And I say that there's one reason for that, is because darkness, they cannot bear to see the light. And people like this woman are a great example of the light that we have here, because she's always smiling, she's always happy, she's always thankful, she always comes in here. I know, man, she works really far, Professor. She works like 50 kilometers from here. She works really far, still makes that drive. She's one of the most consistent students here, and always comes in with that smile, always ready to learn and ready to help the people we pair up with her. So, time, did you pass the test? Do better. Professors, 2, 3. All right. Another one. Every community is made up of people, right? I'm always very happy to say that we have built. Sometimes I say gym, but I hate it when I say they're all our gym. We don't have a gym. We have a school. We have a community. And every time, I think about that, it makes me really happy to see in our kids classes, for example. Every time, basically every day you step in here that we're having kids classes, you see so many people that are on the mats, right? Helping their mothers, fathers, siblings that are stepping on the mats to help the community. And literally to help guys. Because I couldn't pay 5-6 coaches every kids class to be here. That's what the community is made up of. That's the responsibility. 2, 3. When Professor Carlos started talking about skill beating brute strength, I couldn't help but think of this guy. I couldn't help but think of this guy. In the beginning, that was something I used to tell him, very constantly. Like, hey, technique is gonna beat everything, right? You gotta slow it down, you gotta dial it down a little bit, use less for strength, move more, like work more. And over the past few months, I think it was maybe a month or so ago, we had a role that I told him, I said, that's the first time I enjoy rolling. Like, I enjoy in a way, because what I always say is, a lot of times, we're so worried with the amount of strength that you guys are using, and I told you that we are tense because we don't want you to get hurt, and we don't want you to get hurt, and we don't want you to hurt us, and that we carry that, that fear constantly. So it's not that I don't enjoy the roles, but they're tense. It was the first time I was like, I was not worried. I knew that if anything happened, it would have been an accident. Like, it could happen to anybody. But you gave me a good role, a tough role, technical, using your strength when you need to use it. And I know how much it takes to work there, right? To try to work more technically, because as I was really positively surprised at how well you guys tested. Like, all of you guys, really good to see you performing the movements and everything. It's really nice to watch. And remember what I said, like, you guys have now even more responsibility to keep the environment